What is going on, everybody? How's everybody doing today? Now this is your third stimulus check update, third stimulus package update, and news report
of our President, Joe Biden. And I just want to say something about the President. From the beginning of this, Joe said, we got to tell the stories. We got to tell the stories. We got to show that we understand what the people are experiencing and what they need. And I've been in rooms with Joe when it's just he and I, been in rooms with Joe when it's just a small group of our team or when the cameras are there, and he's the same person every time. And he's always talking about what do the people need. And you know, when the President and I were preparing to take office, we knew what we were up against. So we started working on a plan, this plan, the American Rescue Plan. And Mr. President, from the very start, you sought the people out. You asked them, as only Joe can do, how you doing? You listened to what they said, and you remembered what they said.
This is such a major change for America, and we're delivering. I tell Americans, help is on the way. Your $1,400 check for beleaguered people, help is on the way. Your vaccines are going to get in people's arms much more quickly so we can get rid of this crisis. Help is on the way. We are making the schools, we'll allow the schools to open safer and more quickly. And maybe the most important thing of all, which really I care about, and I give a lot of credit to Sherrod Brown and Michael Bennett and Cory Booker, Ron Wyden, who helped put this together, and Richie Neal in the House, is the EITC, the Earned Income Tax Credit, and the Child Tax Credit. If we take half the kids in America out of poverty, that's a generational goal. And you know, these kids, when you're brought up in poverty, you don't get adequate food, nutrition, you don't get adequate health care, you don't get adequate education.
President Biden's vision and his determination were so apparent to the American people, and the reason why this legislation enjoys the support of 75% of the American people in a strong bipartisan way across the country. We thank him for his leadership and also for his contribution to the substance of the legislation, as well as his signature when that comes. It would not have happened without a very collaborative spirit among our members. On the House side, I commend our chairs and members of the committees of jurisdiction for working together, the relentless work of our staff to make it possible to go over to the Senate. I know that the Senate chairs and members of their committees had a commensurate effort going there, so it was collaborative. We had the leadership of our chairs, House and Senate, and we had the intellectual resources.
Stimulus payments have just been sent out, just one day after Joe Biden signed the stimulus bill. And according to several resources, payments have already began, reaching some bank accounts. In previous rounds, transactions at larger banks sometimes took a few days to show up, as being credited to accounts. The official payment date is March 17th, according to the government. People will get paper checks or new debit cards in the mail if the government doesn't have direct deposit information on file. Those will start arriving before the end of March. The IRS will then relaunch the Get My Payment feature on its website. And the third round of payments, worth a total of $411 billion, is larger than either of the previous two rounds last year. And most people will get more money. Households will get up to $1,400 for each adult, child and adult dependent. Those adult dependents, including college students and elderly relatives, were excluded from the previous payments. Payments start shrinking for an individual once the AGI exceeds $75,000 and goes to zero when it hits 80. Payments will taper off more quickly than in the previous prior rounds. Some people who got full payments before may not get the full payment this time. Around 85% of Americans will get the full $1,400 per payment, according to the White House. And the IRS is basing the payments on the most recent tax return that it had processed for each household. 2020 for some and 2019 for others. It is also using information from the special tool it set up last year for people who do not file tax returns so they can register for the first two rounds of payments. Under the law, people who got payments based on 2019 and later file 2020 return do not have to pay any money back if their eligibility shrinks. Those eligible for money based on their 2020 income and household size would automatically get those additional payments after they file the 2020 returns. Beyond that, those who qualify for more money based on their 2021 income can claim the rest of their payments on the 2021 tax return. Recipients of Social Security and other federal benefit programs will receive their payments automatically without taking any action. Dates for those payments have not been announced yet. In some cases, federal beneficiaries, like if you're on SSI or Social Security, and you have dependents, you may need to file a 2020 tax return to get that specific part of the payment according to the IRS.
Of the committee members, again, with the help of the staff, which would have never had this bill be possible without the staff working so hard. So on this occasion, and I think I can safely say, and I've said this to my colleagues in the House on the Democratic side, this is the most consequential legislation that many of us will ever be a party to. Who knows what the future may bring, but nonetheless, on this day, we celebrate because we are honoring a promise made by our president, and as we join with him in promising that help is on the way. And with that, I'm pleased, as always, to welcome back to the House a former member here, now the leader, the majority leader of the United States Senate, Senator Chuck Schumer, with appreciation for the great work that he did in the Senate to bring all of that beautiful exuberance together to send back to us so that we could have this success today. Mr. Leader, welcome back to the House.
Thank you. Nancy, and let me thank you for your beautiful exuberance as well. And the thanks goes to the senators who are standing here, our great committee chairs, and all of our senators who pulled together as one unit, beating back killer amendments, making sure the bill was as strong as possible. And I want to salute them, all of those who are here and some who couldn't be here. And I want to salute the House as well. We were a seamless web, and we worked together. Democrats on the House side, Democrats on the Senate side, all together because we knew how important this was to America. So what do we say to America? We say to America, help is on the way. Help is on the way. You will receive $1,400 checks by the end of March. Help is on the way. Vaccines will be available far more quickly to far more people in a shorter time. Help is on the way. Our schools will open safely and more quickly than we thought. Help is on the way. Half of America's children who are in poverty will not be in poverty because of this bill. Help is on the way. We Democrats made promises, particularly we did in the Senate.
Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I truly appreciate everyone's amazing support. Until next time, folks, have a great day and stay safe.